Hi, this is Jodi. Thanks for joining me today. If you're anything like me, sometimes you struggle to come up with masculine cards. It's definitely not my natural thing. I want to make them cute and bright and add rhinestones and ribbons and all sorts of things. So today I want to share with you some masculine cards that I came up with. Both of the cards feature the same colors of cardstock, the Sahara Sand and Early Espresso, and then the patterned paper that you see on both of the cards is from Soho Subway. It's a package of designer series paper in the current Stampin' Up! Catalog. So the stamp is this one right here, and it's from the stamp set called Label Love, which I'll pull in here to show you quick. It's got lots of fun stamps in there, and it coordinates with the punch as well, so we'll be using that. Both of these cards are part of my April card kit of the month. So I'm going to show you how to make this one today, and I'll explain my card kit of the month as I'm doing that. So this base of the card is Sahara Sand cardstock. It is 5.5 inches by 8.5, and I will just fold that in half using my bone folder. And then this piece of Early Espresso cardstock is 5.25 inches by 4 inches. And I will attach that onto the base. And then the next piece is that Soho Subway Designer Series paper. As with all of our patterned papers, there's front and back, so you can always have lots of options when you're using the designer paper. And maybe if this was for a younger person, you would want to use this side up. So lots of options. This piece is 4.5 by 3.25, and I'm just going to center that onto there. This is another little strip from the Soho Subway, and there's, like I said, another pattern on the back. This is 1 inch by 5.25, and I'm going to notch out the end. You may have seen me share this trick before. I'm going to cut up in the center and then go from the corner up to that point, and this corner up to that point. And that just helps me to keep it even rather than cutting back and forth, and at least when I do that, I realize how uneven it is and that it ends up being really short as I try to fix it. So this piece will get added on. I'm going to just put it in the center this way and then only leave it on the edge of the Early Espresso, so not quite all the way over to the edge of the actual card. So that will just stick on like that. You can kind of curl the ends a little bit. Just lift them up with your fingers if you would like to. And then I want to take some of this natural trim. And so it's, I guess, technically a type of ribbon, but definitely a masculine type. So I'm just going to set this on here to gauge how much I need. And this I'm just going to cut at an angle. Now, there's a couple of different things you can do. You can use glue dots on the back of this to attach it, or you can just put some adhesive on here to tack it down. So I will do that. Again, I'm not putting it quite all the way over to the edge. I'm just running it along here. And then I want to just intentionally fray a little bit on the end. And I'll use my craft scissors to cut the little end there. Do the same thing over here. Just give it a little more texture when it's intentionally frayed like that. Okay, and then the next thing I need to do is, this is just a piece of very vanilla scrap and my Early Espresso ink pad and that stamp I showed you, Happy Birthday to You, from the Label Love stamp set. So stamp that down on here. And then, as always, when using our punches, hold it upside down so you can line it up and see exactly where you're going. Just get it where you want it and pop that out. And then this piece is going to get a couple dimensionals. Now I wanted to go over this, so I'm going to put my dimensional under here and under here so it fits over that trim. So I'll take a couple dimensionals and put it here and here and peel off the backing. And add that to the card. Okay, the last little thing I need to do is use one of our vintage trinkets, and I'll just pull this here. These are just kind of more masculine looking, like brads, and there's little safety pins and things in there too. So I'm going to take one of these. Now if I had been on the ball, I would have just pushed it through this trim as I was making the card, but since I didn't do that, I'm going to improvise and kind of pull the back apart. So if I had done it the way I had intended, I would just push it through here and then pull these little legs apart on the back, and it would just stick down with the trim. But because I forgot, I'm just going to use some scissors. Now these are scissors that I don't mind cutting through metal. I would definitely not use my craft scissors, which I use on fabric or ribbon to do this, or even my little paper snips. So if you've got some scissors that you don't mind cutting through metal, go ahead and do this. Otherwise, you could just really pay attention and put it in the way you're supposed to, and you wouldn't have to. So this I will attach with some glue dots. So I'll just set it on the glue dot and then lift it up. So I pick up the glue dot with it, and then this will just set right here next to the stamped image. Okay, so a little bit about my card kit of the month. This is for April 2014, and how this works is that you get supplies, all of the consumable supplies, to make 2 of these and 2 of these with envelopes. So that would include the cardstock cut to size, the natural trim, the vintage trinket, all the cardstock, everything that you need. To complete them as shown, you would need to purchase the stamp set Label Love, the coordinating punch, as well as the early Espresso Ink pad. So you can pay $10 to get this card kit of the month sent to you. Again, 4 cards total, 2 of each with envelopes. Or you can place a $50 order on my website using the Hostess code that you see on the screen. That's important. If you use the Hostess code and your order is at least $50 before shipping and tax, I will send you the card kit of the month for free. This all needs to be done between April 1st and April 20th, 2014. So you can purchase it for $10 or place your order and get it free. Thanks so much for watching. For daily creative inspiration, visit my blog or find me on Facebook at Jodi Reinert Stamps.